Good evening. It is Sunday evening and it is time for the weekly market breakdown. So we're going to talk through the standard DXY, the EURUSD. This is going to be a nice short video today, ultimately because we have just done a full analysis on AUD/USD. So if you haven't checked that out, link is up there. Go and check it out. But let's get stuck into what I'm going to be looking at. This is how I'm going to be trading this week. Classic style. I'm going to wipe my charts, start from the basics, start from the beginning, and see what we can find. Now, as some of you may know, I run my mentorship completely for free. If you don't follow me already, make sure you do on Instagram, Strong Money Forex. If I am shivering a lot, it's because it is absolutely freezing. The UK gets very, very cold at this time of year, and the radiator does not work in my studio. So unfortunately, I'm sat here very cold. So anyway, look, let's get stuck into it. Apologies for the shivering. Let's see what we can find. Nice and quick analysis. Let's just take everything off this. Let's start at the beginning as we always do. I always think this is the best way to set your charts up for the week. Now, weekly zones, really, we just want to be looking at the most recent ones for us to really clear out a really high value swing point on the weekly charts. It is obviously quite unrealistic in a 1 week's basis. So I normally just mark out the most recent swing highs, swing lows, and then the most recent week high and week low. So for me, those are the three weekly levels that I'll be seriously considering on the DXY. Dropping down to the daily chart, we've got nothing really of note down here. We have got a daily level there that we could be, what the hell is that? We've got a daily level there that we could be looking at, so let's mark that one on. We've got a daily level here that we could be looking at, let's mark that one on. And then we've got a daily level down here. So these are our major daily levels that we're going to be looking at here. This is most recent price action, and then we've got some slightly higher ones there. We'll pop that one on. Let's drop down to the 2-hour chart. Now, in terms of kind of structure and what we're looking at, it's really a really good idea to kind of just draw on your structure or mentally draw on your structure, really to see what's happening. Now, in order to draw structure, what you need to do is, if there is a structural break, like this is a structural break there, okay? What you draw is when the price is rejected in some way, you draw the most highest high, if that makes sense, to the most lowest low. Okay, so that is our structure, and that would therefore be a bearish range. Now, if that level is indeed broken, which as you can see it was, we then draw the next highest high to the next lowest low. So it's the high that originated this move that broke structure. So that is our next bearish area. Okay, so that would be our bearish range. Now, we have maybe significantly broken this. I don't know at this stage. There's a few more candles above this level than I would like to see. This isn't just a wick above an external liquidity point. This is a very clear close above. So for me now, this is a potential bullish marketplace. What I'd be looking at doing here is I'd be looking at marking that one up like that. Okay. The reason why I'd be considering this potentially as bullish is because we are, as you can see on the higher time frame, in a bullish trend. So, to assume that this is going bullish is probably a common thing to do. However, we are only bullish once we have tested, broken, and then tested again. We are only bullish when that move has happened. Until that move has happened, we are not bullish, in my opinion anyway. I'm just going to tidy this chart up a little bit, okay, because these aren't really significant. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one, okay. It's far too close to the weekly, and that one is just, it's a minor move that happened on Friday, so I'm just not interested in it, okay. So this is what ultimately I'll be looking at. I'm still bearish, technically, because we've had two bearish pushes. And this could just be a sweep of the external range, but it could also be a bullish break. So I don't know at this stage. I would be happy to take sells from here, which would be obviously buys from the equivalent area on EURUSD. And I would also be happy to consider a buy from here if price came down here. In terms of what I'd be intending on happening, I would expect price to sweep something and then come down and then turn bullish, something like that. Or we could just end up coming down and this continues down. So let's wait and see. EURUSD, I'm going to delete this. I'm just going to tidy up this chart because, again, it's a big old mess, okay? I'm going to get rid of my alerts from last week, so I'll remove that one, and we will remove that one. Okay, let's start on the weekly chart. Same process as before. Let's mark on our most recent weekly high and our most recent weekly low. We'll pop them both on as weekly levels and that one as a weekly level. And then very, very similarly to the DXY, we have got a daily level down there. That's a major level. Sorry, a weekly swing, which is a major level. On the daily time frame, we've encapsulated that daily range with those two weekly levels. I would consider that one as well. Let's pop that one on there. So that is our daily level here. And then it's not really clear other than that. So let's drop down to the 2-hour time frame. Let's see what this price is doing. So very, very similar price action. Okay, we are overall higher time frame bearish. However, we have had a double breaker structure. Now, I'm not a big fan of this double breaker structure because I really like a false move first. So I'm not completely ruling out the idea of a further push down. However, if I just take the structural, so I take the most recent high that broke structure to the left and then take the lowest low in that range, that is our range. And we are very clearly in a, if I just jump up a time frame, we are very clearly in a key area that we want to be looking at trading from. We've got that weekly level which coincides with the range liquidity, and that range liquidity has been taken out on Thursday of last week, so we can mark that range liquidity on. And then we've got an external level here as well, which is really important to make a note of because that external level is also our daily level, so let's mark that one on. Now for me, this is a bullish market. Unlike the DXY, which hadn't had a double breaker structure, this is a bullish market. But that's not to say that we couldn't be, if you look up on this time frame, that's not to say that we couldn't be, just testing some sort of, if we look at maybe the 8-hour time frame, it's not to say that, this isn't just testing some of this range, for example, which, wasn't tested beforehand. We are in premium pricing in here, so we could just be rejecting from there. And that could be just a false move to try and get us into lower prices. So I think it's really a case of kind of sitting on your hands a little bit until the market shows what it wants to do. In terms of my plan for the week, I'm going to be looking at some further prices down here. I would definitely take a buy all day long if we get it from here, or maybe if we take the external liquidity first. If we don't necessarily hold that and we don't necessarily reject that and then we push all the way down to the major level, that'd be another area that we could be looking at buys from. Really, these are my key liquidity areas. I'm not going to be trading until we get any of them swept. So that's the plan for the week. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next video. Cheers.